Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 3 p.m. here in New Vienna, Iowa. That means it's time for another live stream. Today is Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. I had to think about that one. Not quite sure if that was the date, but I think it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I think it's November 4th. That's got to be it. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to everyone checking in live. Welcome to everyone listening to the podcast and anyone that's watching this on YouTube after the fact. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you all here. I am doing pretty well. I had a pretty relaxed day, about as relaxed as I could be today. The weather is nice, so that helps out quite a bit. And I had a really good run this morning out in, we'll call it trails, but I mean out in the park. Out there, I'll call it forest running. I think that's probably the best thing to call it. I've been doing a lot of thinking about trail running, and there's more nuance to it than kind of I think that I've been aware of. And I'll talk about that a little bit, but I'll also talk about it in tomorrow's video too, because that's kind of, I think, probably a little bit of what I'm going to address. I ran in the New Balance Fresh Foam More Trail today, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then I started doing my write-up on it, or I started putting together my notes for the video for tomorrow for my first impressions video. And I'm looking at the website, and I try not to look at anyone else's other review videos. I think the only one that I know that it's out there is Ginger Runner has one out. And that's the only one that I'm aware of. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm dying to watch it. But I ended up scrolling down to the customer reviews, and people were grumpy. And I was like, why are people grumpy? I think it's great. I'll talk more about it tomorrow, but that's kind of what I've been spending a lot of time thinking about today. And I suppose nuance will be the word. Nuance will be the word of the day. Anytime someone says nuance, I'll just play a gigantic cacophonous sound. How about that? All right. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm mentally at today. How are you guys doing? Lewis Cameron says, yo, what's going on? Philip Bourne is here. Had a 16.5K run running from sunset to darkness in 8 degrees Celsius. That sounds pretty nice. That's about what I had this morning, and I just love this kind of temperature. But he says, as soon as the sun was gone, it was shockingly cold. Tonight it'll even be below freezing. Getting some of that chill. It's actually warm here in Iowa now. I think we're unseasonably warm. So I'm just taking it in as much as I can and enjoying it. Chris Yao says, howdy, hi, and peace be upon you. Still #alive, but feeling like I'm living in the movie. Yeah. I think there's a lot of tired people today. Recycle on Wednesdays here says hello. And Paul the Thing 1 says not long back from doing a 10K with the running group. Well, that's cool. Awesome. Daniel M says, where's the aspirin? He's got is that a tired emoji? A sad emoji? You know what? I said yesterday that I was going to probably have some drinks as I watched kind of the election results come in. I didn't. And I think that is probably the good idea. Martha wants to know where the hemlock is. Yeah. I think that, there is a wide range of emotions on Twitter and not so much on Instagram. I didn't really pick up too much of it on Instagram, but on Twitter for sure, I'm seeing a very, very wide range of emotions. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Terrence Hui says, looks like Ye is still intent on presidential aspirations. He too got me 2024. You know what's funny is because he was on the ballots here in Iowa, when they cycle through, they've been playing the local news, we're not playing. When they do the regular local news, they had a ticker on the bottom, covering all the local elections. And when they they still cycle through the presidential election and how Iowa voted, they still have to list Kanye West, 0 votes, 0%. He got 0 votes. I'm surprised no one was like, Kanye's on this? I'm doing that. I mean, it's silly, but I could still see at least one person doing it. But at least on the news, they reported it as 0 votes for Kanye, which is a couple less than I thought he was going to get. So I'm surprised about that. Chris says, guilt setting in on a rest day reading all the running adventure. One of the most common things that I saw today was on Twitter was I just need to go for a run today. I think that it's in the collective subconscious right now, or I guess consciousness, that people are I need to put everything down and just go outside. But Martha didn't run today, so you're in good. Yeah, you're in good company. Roadrunner Reviews is here. What's going on? How are you? Scotty B is here as well. Cool. Dr. Funk 1216 says, "Well, I'm on time for once." By the way, I've just got water in this. I was gonna put in another Scratch Labs powder in this, then I just forgot. So I'm just drinking water. But that's good. Good to see you, Dr. Funk. Flying Banana says, "Same here on a rest day." Cool. Both my thigh got sore after my last run. Oh, well, take it easy. Hopefully doing well. Soul Brother is here. Jackie Mai is here today. Yeah, Jackie Mai. So you know what I'm talking about. She said, "Who ran today to de-stress from the election?" I'm not that stressed out about it. I should be stressed out about it. I mean, I'm very concerned about it, but I'm not stressed about it. Worrying's not going to do anything, right? So, and about 11, 12 months ago, I came to terms that there's going to be a second term. So if there isn't a second term, in my opinion, then it's a nice surprise. If there is a second term, it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Inez wants to know how you all holding up in the U.S. I think that there is a wide variety of emotions and sentiments and concerns and hopes that are all colliding into one. And I just think that given where we are in 2020, no one is ready to handle those things. So hopefully we can all be constructive in whatever we all do in the next several days and weeks. David Prabhu says it's hump day. And he loves mail time. That's right. Mail time is going to be today because I felt like, I knew I had one thing come in yesterday and I wanted to open it up in front of you guys because they sent me more than I thought that they were going to send. And so I thought that that'd be kind of cool to see what else is in there. Excuse me. And then I got another two packages. One, which I think will just be fun to unbox for you guys, but another one which I'm going to actually return it. I've already opened it, but I'm going to return it. But I wanted to show it to you guys, just kind of give you some additional insight on that. So that's what's going to go on for today. Curtis Lost is hoping for some good vibes for everybody. Roadrunner Reviews, bragging about some fantastic weather in Kentucky. Although I think we're about at 70 here in Iowa, so we're pretty close. So, I guess this is what it must be like to run in the South. Steve is having a rest day as well, but he, in parentheses, says hates it. Awesome. Okay. Louis Romo says, "Yo, what's going on?" It's Louis M, by the way. Just made a new account with his real name. All right, cool. Awesome. Yeah, you just need a picture. As long as you put in your real name. You don't have to. I'm not going to make anyone put a picture. After all, my mom doesn't have a picture, but that's okay. Some people aren't into that. But it's good to see you, Lewis. Let's see, Scotty B. Oh, in the morning it was 34 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's now 74 degrees in Minnesota. Crazy. He took the SL20 for 8 miles, and Kenny Rogers popped up on the playlist for an easy pace. He's focusing on his 80-20. That's good. That's good. Today, I let the heart rate get a little bit high, but I was having fun. I was going up and down the hills, just stomping through the woods, and my knee was holding up really well. And so I just felt like, I'm going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it for today. Soul Brother says trail running is the future. I think it's definitely going to be for a lot of people for the next several years, for sure. Sorry, I got still have that scratchy throat. All right. Okay, Chan Zhao's here. Brett Reed says, hey. Awesome. JC says, howdy. All right. Terrence Hui says, Kofuzi, how did the knee feel with the Endo Pro repeats? And more importantly, how's your knee feel now that it's a day plus later? Great question. The Endorphin Pro felt fantastic. I really enjoyed them running at threshold pace. I felt like I was finally pushing them hard enough to really feel the carbon fiber. So for me, maybe my leg strength / height and weight, it seems like marathon pace, I'm not fast enough to really enjoy the Pro, but at faster than marathon pace, then I feel like, oh yeah, this shoe is special. And then today, knee felt great. So I'm thinking to put make the story really short. I think the Sauconys were messing up my knee. To elaborate on that, hopefully I've been pretty clear about it. Is I think that there's something going on with my gait that the Sauconys exacerbate, or like kind of like it's like hitting it at a weak spot, and so it's creating an issue. So it's not the shoes that are really bad for me. It's just the shoes are just hitting like an Achilles heel in a figurative sense, not really my Achilles, but hitting me in a weak spot. I've been rehabbing that area and working on strengthening a lot of those muscles. And I think that I'm hoping that what that means is that I could start reintroducing all those Saucony shoes slowly. I'm definitely going to do it slowly into my lineup, because I feel like I'm getting stronger. So that fingers crossed, knock on wood. That's what I'm hoping. And so I think that, at some point this week, I might start maybe Friday on an easy run. On like a short, if I'm going to do a short, easy run, I have a lot of short, easy runs coming up in my training plan. I might take out the ride again, and that I think will be a bigger test. So, because like when you're doing, like threshold repeats, you're not spending a ton of time, in the full gait cycle. You're spending more time on your toes. So I didn't expect it to be a problem. And the endorphin line, at least the speed and the pro, never really bothered me that much to begin with. But it was the ride and the triumph that I think have more of that like medial posting, like the extra firmness in like right under the arch. So that'll be like the bigger test. But so far, so good. All right. Scotty B says, when UPS comes before the live stream unboxing. Yeah, I feel like it's a nice kind of like, it's kind of like, in real life, you would meet a friend for coffee or maybe a drink, you don't need that, but it's nice to have it like as kind of like a, just makes the conversation a little bit more enjoyable, I think. So with that said, let's start. First, I'm going to start with the thing that I'm returning. I'm returning this thing from Rabbit. Now, I've been trying to collect a couple of additional pieces to put into like my winter like essentials video, and I wanted to get a couple new brands that I hadn't really experienced yet. So Rabbit was one that I have a shirt from Rabbit. It's a Hoka shirt, branded shirt. And I like that one, but I was like, I know a lot of other people really love the brand. Let's see what they got for like winter stuff. So the first one, I've already opened it because I know I want to return it, but it's a jacket. And a couple of things that I really liked about the jacket. I thought that I really like the color. It's like this grayish white color. And the other thing I like about it, it's made of used coffee grounds. When I'm like, oh, I drink coffee all the time. And I understand that the coffee grounds are not so great for like compost. Not that we compost, but like, like coffee ground, like not all like food waste is created equal. So I feel like the coffee grounds could be problematic. I worry about that. So I got this. I think it's pretty cool. It's got like the Rabbit logo in the upper right like shoulder, and I like that location for like a logo. It's got the Rabbit up front, and then it's got like what they call a scuba hood. And like the hood is like super tight. It's not like a big baggy hoodie, but it's super tight around the face. I like that for like weather purposes, because other hoodies, if they're baggy, when I'm running, wind gets in there and it just feels like I'm in like a bubble of air. And it has like an off-center zipper too, which I kind of like. But the material is super thin. It's like see-through. And so it's supposed to be a lightweight kind of rain layer. I was hoping it was going to be more of like a winter insulated layer, but this material is like super stretchy and super see-through, and it's not going to provide any warmth at all. So like all your layers are going to have to come from below it. So for me, for winter layer, this isn't really what I'm looking for. I think that if you're looking for like a cool rain layer, like cooler, like in the 50s, then I think this might work. But for me, this isn't going to work. And it wasn't that apparent from the website, like how thick or thin this was. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. Mark Chenko says, I like that jacket. Perfect for Florida. Yeah, I think that's like a Florida winter, to the extent that you guys have winter. I think it'd be great. It was really noisy. Sorry about it. It's so crinkly. But yeah. But for like winter in the Midwest, no, I don't think it's going to work for me. So I'm going to be returning that one. A chubby cat says, hey, everybody. What's going on? I'm trying to look at, like that. The name is a chubby cat, and then it's like a video game character. So I was a little confused. But cool, welcome. Chris Fair says, was digging the running tights in today's videos. Were those Tracksmith? Yes, they were. I really like them a lot. But they are tight. They're tights. And that area that I was running, it's this park. There's like soccer fields and baseball fields in that area. It's in a floodplain, and so that's why it's like there used to be houses there, but after like flooding several years back, like they razed RAZED, like bulldoze all those houses and turned it into a park. And then, but there's like that cement like loop around it, which is about like 3/4 of a mile, just a little shy of that. So I've been liking that. But next to it is the Dyersville Catholic Church and private school, the Catholic school. And so in that neighborhood, I was running in the morning and kids were like starting to ride their bikes to school because everything in Iowa pretends like COVID doesn't exist. So there's still like full day school and stuff. And I was running and I was giving them plenty of space. So I got off the concrete path and I got into the grass. And there's these like kids riding their bikes, and they're like elementary school kids. They're pretty young. But I'm running and I'm giving them room, and I could see they're going to say something to me as I run by. And I'm like, oh, this will be interesting. It's like grab bag of what like horrible thing are these very young, innocent children about to say to me? And they say, I like your tights. So I think that what they were trying to say is that the tights were a little too tight. Yeah. So, and they're probably right. They were a little bit tight, I think. They did not leave much to the imagination. So, but I really liked them. I thought they were very comfortable to wear, to help the glutes stay activated. They didn't do that, but I really enjoyed them. And they're a little bit lighter in color though than what I was expecting. So just to give some thoughts on that. Jennifer Herring says, hey, Kofuzi, I was listening to the previous live stream and I was giggling to myself. I am that crazy runner lady out there every day. I am with my people. Awesome. Well, welcome. We are those people too. So you're in the right spot. All right. Christian says, was on a work call while watching Kofuzi talk, and it was like he wanted to know about the status of third quarter Ohio commercial activity tax. Strange. That's funny. That's funny. All right. Let's see. I missed some other comments here. I want to scroll up a little bit. And it says, time for those underwears under those tights today. Yeah, I had other, like, it's not like I had like boxer briefs, on underneath. So I had like, no, I not like had boxers. I had boxer briefs. They weren't quite as comfortable and snug as the underwears, which probably is something that I'm gonna have to remember to pair together. But yeah, so that's a good idea. Martha says, Mike, you might want to consider the Brooks canopy jacket Des Linden famously wore in the 2018 Boston Marathon. While it's light, it's surprisingly warm and fairly water repellent. I mean, what better endorsement can you give of like winter weather conditions jacket? For me, there's nothing more miserable than the conditions of the 2018 Boston Marathon, because it was like 30 degrees to like 35 degrees, like right around freezing and raining, right? That is like my kryptonite. I can't handle it. But I mean, she was able to soldier on and just take it like a boss with that jacket. So maybe, but I also feel like that I feel like now that Vaporflies exist, I feel like there's not a lot of like statement pieces anymore. But I feel like that's kind of like a statement piece, I feel like if you're going to roll up in that jacket, I feel like you got to bring it. But, maybe that's a good thing too. Yeah. All right, let's get to the next thing for today. All right, next thing we'll do the box next. So we'll get some shoes in here, and I've been telling you guys about these shoes that are arriving, but they arrived like much earlier than I was expecting. But I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen them in person. I've seen the shoe millions of times, but maybe not millions, lots of times, but never in person. So this will be my first time taking a look at them. It's a Nike box, Air Zoom. So I think you guys probably know what this is. All right. Now I did mention that I didn't think I was going to get this shoe this year. But, ooh, these are pretty. Wow, look at that. These are insanely light, too. And this Zoom Air Pocket is just bulbous. It's gigantic. And there's like a weird glue like drip on here, too. That's kind of weird. But they, like, touching them, handling them, it just feels like I'm holding styrofoam. And then this upper, it's like remember like there was like the Vaporfly like Elite version. It was like 3D printed. Do you remember that one? They made like 7 pairs of it or something like that. Right? Something ridiculous. This Atom Knit looks like that material. Pretty cool. But the reason I picked these up, I was originally going to pass on these for the year, but it ties into what we talked about a little bit yesterday, which was I'm going to be presenting at Rambling Runners virtual running summit. I don't know what the name of it is, but it'll be in January, and I'm going to be giving a talk on carbon plated shoes. I don't know if he announced that yet, or if I'm allowed to talk about that, but I'll tell you guys. So I felt like, if I do a talk on carbon plated shoes, I probably have to have experience in like the most famous carbon plated shoe. So we're gonna take a look at it. We'll see. They are a lot lighter than I was expecting in hand. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm more excited than I thought I would be. We'll see. I might take them out tomorrow. I've got a strides workout tomorrow, so it's not going to be like a super tough workout, but getting them up to mile pace, we'll see. Frank Lawyer says keynote speaker. I don't think I'm the keynote speaker. There are like actual Olympians that are coming that are going to be speaking, so I feel like that's probably going to get top billing. If I were to guess, I'm probably in an after lunchtime spot. That's usually where I get put when I do public speaking. I take it as a badge of honor, but it's usually where people put kind of like, it's nice to round out. It looks good on the, on the roster. Give the new guy some experience. The after lunch spot is usually when people are sleepy, or in real life conferences. That's when people go to long lunches and you miss it anyway. So that's kind of where that happens. So I don't know what time slot I'll have, but yeah. So I'll be talking about carbon plated shoes. So I feel like I think that in 2020, by the time I get to that talk, I'll have run in all the carbon plated shoes except the Adios Pro still eludes me, and whatever the heck Sarah Hall ran in. I want those. I really, really want those. So we'll see if I can get either of those, because I don't think I need those to really round out the discussion, but I feel like you have to be able to talk about Alphafly to do a thing on carbon plated shoes, at least in 2020. All right. And it says, yeah, it's a weird looking shoe. Can never get used to it. It is a weird looking shoe. It's very peculiar. Flying Bananas likes the colorway. It's very pretty. Very pretty. T. Davis says, nice, still the best looking colorway. I was trying to get the mango because it reminds me of the Vaporfly, the orange ones. That was my second favorite. My first favorite Vaporfly 4% were the Achilles, the white ones with the orange red swoosh. I really like those. But this with the white upper, the Atom Knit, it looks amazing. So it is nice. Chris says, what the hell is that? It is a weird shoe. Yeah. So Sean Marshall wants to know, is that the new Ultra? No, it is not. It's not. Scotty B says, it is odd. I just put on fresh socks to try on the next present. First walk to the kitchen and back. Above tempo pace. No, I mean, that's cool. Cool. Because, you want to put this brand new shoe, All right. Mark Chanko says, I really, really love running with Alphafly. I can run for 2 hours in those and my feet feel fresh after. We'll see. I'm hoping for that, Philip Bourne says, to be honest with those air pockets, I'd be worried about popping one during a race. I would be too, but people have really beat them up and they're doing fine. So I think that they'll be okay. Yeah. All right. Martha says she likes the Ekiden colorway because the right and left shoes are different colors. Oh, no, not that Ekiden one, because that was the Vaporfly next. There was the 2 different color Ekiden shoes. There was a Vaporfly 4% Ekiden that came out the year before that. It was white. It was just all white. To me, it looked a lot like a Japanese flag, which I thought was kind of cool. But it was a little bit more orange than it was red. So it was almost like Rising Sun kind of thing. But and I kind of liked that for like the whole Ekiden connection thing. But yeah, that was the one I liked. Dylan, Brett Reed said Mango Next percent are, I'm going to say that's fire, but laser dots. Just got delivered. Cool. Very cool. Very nice. Yeah, the mango, I mean, maybe it's because I like mango so much. Dylan Knapp says, how many shoes do you own? I don't know. I have a lot in the house right now. I've got like 6 or 7 in the retire pile. But I haven't like actually given them to my nephew yet because I might want to film them still. I think I'm going to do like a Hoka Road video. So I still have the Bondi and the Clifton in there, but I'm not running them anymore. But I think of active pairs, there's probably a good 15 or so right now. I'm trying to get through them. I have a lot that are like have 50 miles on them, and then when I get to 100, then I'll retire them. Yeah, Shannon says, I just gave away a dozen or more pair of old Ultras, so now I have room to restock. That's awesome. But why did you have so many? Oh, I guess they were old Ultras, so that's good. Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah, Run Frankfurt said the Nike haters called the Alphafly Chunky Boys. I don't think so, because who is it? Is it the guy? Is it Cities Mag guys that call them Chunky Boys? Or is it the I Run Things podcast? I forget. But they were called Chunky Boys. I thought it was a term of affection. I thought people that liked them called them Chunky Boys. I don't know. We'll see. But, going back to Shannon's point of restocking on Ultras, I do still need to figure out. I just have to sit down and figure out which one I'm going to get. But I might, I might wait to see if there are going to be some more winter offerings. They should be coming out soon, right? If there are like Gore-Tex versions. Does Ultra normally do that? Do you guys know? I'm not familiar enough with the Ultra product cycle. D Riv says Pegasus Trail or Kiger 6s. Good question. I was actually just looking at that last night because I was trying to get a pair of the Peg Trail Gore-Tex, but I think the only way you can get them now is if you have the Nike app and are a member, which is free. Just sign up for it and you go in store to buy them or something like that. Because I got a notification. And then I tried to click on it later, and they're like, no, you're no longer available to get it. Your time has expired where you can go pick one up. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I think it still thinks I'm in Chicago. But I was looking to see if they have any of the Gore-Tex Peg Trail 2 Gore-Tex available to buy. And I was like, I would rather just have a Terra Kiger 6 in a Gore-Tex, like a Shield version or a winter version. And I didn't see one yet either. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer to see if maybe there will be a Kiger 6 Shield, because I would rather have that, because I just feel like it's going to be a little bit lighter. They're both React midsole foam, and I just have so I don't know. I think I like the Kiger 6s more than I like the Trails. But but right now, for me, if I'm going to buy any trail shoes at this point, it's going to be ones that are Gore-Tex or winter oriented. Shannon says, just buy them now. Quit waiting. Okay. I just got to sit down and figure out what I want next. Yeah. Daniel M said, if every pro runner turned to a zombie, who would you most not want chasing you? Easy. Goggins. I mean, come on. Is there even close? I mean, yeah, you could say like Kipchoge or something like that. Someone who's really fast and would just never give up and just keep running. But Goggins could also, or could tear down the wall if you were behind a steel door, so that's funny. All right. Clark Wallace says, any tips for a total amateur? I've been MAF running for a few months, but don't seem to be improving my pace. Speed work, hills, longer duration. Yeah, I mean, I think that the first thing that most people say um, is to check on your sleep. Make sure you're like recovering properly. But the thing that I would look at too is just like kind of to like just double check, verify that you're kind of like doing it right. One is I would make sure that you have an external heart rate monitor just to make sure that your heart rate readings are correct. I don't get good ones from the wrist. It's fine for everything except running. So for running, I need an external, whether it's chest or armband or chest. That's what I go for. And then the other thing that I always make sure that I'm doing is when I'm doing my math running, some people will say like my number is 145. So what some people will do is say like, ooh, I ran the first 20 minutes today at 140. So that means I get to run the next 20 minutes at 150 to like even it out to average 145. The way I did it was I always tried to stay under 145 at all times. And so that's what I did. And then so those are the things that I would kind of like double check on. Dylan Knapp, what do you think is the most comfortable shoe that is not a running shoe? That's a good question. I have a pair of Decker's Lab boots, the weird ones that look like Uggs. Those are really, really comfortable to be in. They're not the most comfortable to walk in because they're so wide. They're so wide that they have a rocker in it. Because Decker's Lab is the same company that owns Hoka. So it's like a weird like Hoka boot kind of thing. Those are very comfortable to wear, but not if I'm gonna do a lot of walking. I don't really like that one. Ufos recovery sandals are probably what I would say, but those aren't really shoes. So for shoes, I'm trying to think. I don't wear a lot of shoes that aren't running shoes anymore. Yeah. I think I do have a couple. I've had a couple of different native brand shoes. They make a lot of their shoes like casual shoes with EVA, so like those are pretty comfortable too. And then I have the Adidas 4D shoes, which are technically running shoes, but they're not that great for running. They're pretty comfortable for walking around. I like that for casual use. D-Rip, do I know or recommend any coaches in San Diego? Oh, I'm trying to think. In San Diego, who do I know? I'm trying to think of who's a coach down there. Sugar Runs is a coach I think she's out of Long Beach, though. So that's not that close. You probably want someone closer than that. I'm trying to think. As soon as we get off, I'll probably remember. If I do remember, I'll put it in like the description of this post. But I don't know. Let me know, guys, if there's anyone that you can think of. All right. David Lidson says Zoom Flynet or Zoom Fly 3. Zoom Flynet. That one I think was the best one of the three. Mr. Random said, my friend that works in a running store says On Lifestyle shoes are very comfortable. Maybe. I don't think their running shoes are very comfortable. Although I saw another post from On about their subscription. Is it a subscription shoe or their like recycled shoe? It looks really nice. I like that it's like all white too. It's got definitely gives me like that Westworld vibe to it, which I am really into. So like I don't know. I might get those. I kind of didn't think I would get any more On shoes, but I also thought to myself the last time I ran in an On shoe is I'm not going to run in any more On shoes until they get rid of the clouds because I think it's a gimmick. And once they get rid of the clouds, I feel like then the brand will really take off. Well, we'll see. David Lidstone says, should I buy a different carbon plate shoe rather than the Zoom Fly 3? I mean, if you're using it for long distance racing, then I would go with the Zoom Fly 2 if you like the Zoom Flies, or if you're looking for a racer, then go with some Vapor Flies. I think that will definitely work for you. I also, in like the Zoom Fly 3 kind of like genre, or like that subcategory, I really like the Fuel Cell TC. The more I run in it, the more I like it. It's a little bit heavy, but I've just been really enjoying the Fuel Cell TC. The RC Elite also excellent, but like for what it's like intending to do, the Fuel Cell TC, I think it kind of like tries to step into that genre that the Zoomfly created, but does it better. I just love that shoe. What else do I really like in that genre? That's probably the one that I'd look at for you. Jeff Elliott says, the hosts of GTN wear On shoes, and it feels like they only wear them because they are paid to. Well, see, disclosure statements would go a long way in helping you figure that out. But I mean, like, I know Rich Roll wears them, and I think that they sponsor his show as well, but I think he just really likes them. But it also, I mean, I also feel like Rich Roll is like the target On customer, at least in the US. And Mr. Random says, and I do think that this is true, that the triathletes love On. They do. And they used to be really big into Hoka, it seemed, too. But, yeah. Annabelle Jimenez Kulak says, Hoka Bondi 7 or New Balance 1080 V10? I think that, sorry. I prefer the New Balance 1080 V10 because I think it's a little bit more exciting. It still has a lot of that cushion, but it seems like a faster shoe because it's just a little bit more bouncy. But if you want real like max cushion, like classic max cushion comfort, like I'm okay running a little bit slower, but I really just want to have something that's just going to soak up road impact, whether maybe you got some joint issues or you're trying to really push some longer distance weeks, then I think the Bondi 7 is the way to go. But for me personally, I like the 1080. All right. D-Riv says, by the way, the inside of the toe socks gave me nightmares. They're strangely hairy. I mean, other socks are similar, but I feel like on other socks, they take the extra like frilly parts and they give them a trim. But with on the Injinjis, they just left them long. It was like au natural in terms of the sock fibers. It was kind of crazy. All right. Let's get to the last package for today. It's giant. There's a whole bunch of stuff in it. So there's going to be multiple things in here that I think are going to be pretty useful. So let's dive in. All right. So, sorry guys, didn't hit the mic. So this is from a company called Shogun Sports. They do a lot of like exercise equipment, exercise bands, kettlebells, things like that, and recovery stuff. So they reached out to me and they were like, how much does it cost to do like a sponsored post? And I was like, what do you want to know? And they're like, well, we want to send you some stuff and, how much, what are your fees? And I'm like, I don't take money for things I'm going to review. But if you want to send me something to review, I'll take a look at it. And then if I like it, then we can talk about like, working together on stuff later. But just send me something. I'll send it back if you want me to send it back. And they're like, no, you can keep them, but here you go. So they said this is not what they said they were going to send me. But my foam roller is that thing right there. I don't know if you could see it. It's over here. This thing. It's literally just a piece of foam. Like I feel like the product name for it would be like number 7 density foam or something like that. That's like kind of like how I bought it. It's 10 years old. I bought it while I was training for my first marathon ever in 2010. So, this works. Yeah. Dan M says it's a co-freebie. Yeah. So, yeah. So the thing that I liked about these guys over at Shogun is I don't really know much about them, but from the information like on their website, from what they were saying, this is pretty cool. That's a good logo. Is that they are a military veteran-owned company. So that, number one, is kind of a cool thing. So I like that. They're based out of, I think one of them lives in like Nevada, one of them lives in California. There's 2 founders to this company. So I thought that was interesting. This foam roller, it's got all these nubby things in it. I've never had a roller with nubbies in it. and they're like, it's firm, but it gives a little bit. So we'll try that. I still would like to really figure out like a way to do this live stream while foam rolling. So maybe this is a good time, not today, because I would have to get like a lavalier mic and stuff, but and I have that, but I would have to get it set up. But this one, this is nice. It's heavy too, so it's got some heft to it. It's hollow on the inside, so yeah, we'll try this one out. And then the other thing that they sent in here is the thing that we actually talked about me reviewing from them, and it's this, a massage gun, the Massage Ninja Pro. So yeah, from Shogun Sports, Massage Ninja Pro. It has 6 attachments. So maybe I could do some massage gunning during a live stream. We'll see how loud this thing is. I'm gonna do like an unboxing of it and stuff, so I won't completely unbox it now. But yeah, so this is one. I think I have like 2 or 3 other massage guns coming in. So we'll kind of compare a whole bunch of them to see how they do. But I'm thinking, like, with my kind of knee rehab, one of the things that I've been doing is massaging like the femoral tendon, like the femoral to patella tendon, that area, like right above the knee. And after listening to Bob and Brad, the most famous physical therapists on the internet, and but they also say that sometimes your hands get tired when you're doing that tendon massage, so like you can use a massage gun. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll try that. So we'll see how this goes. So that's what's in there. Thanks to Shogun. The rabbit stuff, just for all disclosures, the rabbit thing, I bought that myself. That's why I'm returning it, because I don't want it and I want to buy something else. And then the shoes, I bought that myself too. The Shogun stuff, they sent it to me. So Scale iWalk says, no free sticker, send it back. I don't think this is a sticker. I think it's just a card. So it says, thanks for your purchase. We'll sure you enjoy your new Shogun Sports equipment. Let us know if you have any problems, stuff like that. But yeah, pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll be seeing some more of that stuff. Brent Reed says, Bob and Brad should pay you ad revenue. No. It's the other way around, because I feel like I learned a lot from those guys. I just also really enjoy, I know it's not a shtick, that's them, but like I enjoy their kind of like on camera-ness, and when they get distracted, I just love it when they get distracted. As someone who has a short attention span and is easily distracted, I appreciate that. So I like them. I am, just to preview it, I did order the Bob and Brad massage gun as well. They have a branded massage gun that's available on Amazon. It's pretty cheap, so that's one of the ones that I'll be doing it comparing it against. Martha says, I don't like the nubby things. She just has a regular foam roller, not the hardest black, but next blue. But I have Levar massage therapist, so rarely foam roll anymore. Not trying to rep it in parentheses. Oh, okay. So we'll see. I mean, I've used like the Nike one. That has the nubs are more uniform than this, though. This one has like, some that are close and then some that are long. I don't understand. I got to figure out how to use this, but I'm guessing this part will feel good under my feet, and this longer part, I don't know if that'll do anything, but we'll see. It is heavier than my current foam roller, and what I normally do, sometimes you lay on the foam roller. Sometimes I put the foam roller on me and just roll it like this way. And so I feel like with it being heavier, that might be good for some of the stuff that I do. So we'll try them all out. I don't know that I'll do like a foam roller review. Do we need that? I don't think we need that, but maybe I'll just mention it when I do like the review of the massage gun. But we'll get it unboxed, shoot some B-roll of a massage gun, because I think, does the world need that? I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Jennifer Herring says, I just ordered new shoes. Now we all have shoe addictions. We do. Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, I never bought this many shoes before, for sure. I have a hobby that enables the buying of more shoes, making YouTube videos. But I was even before I started making a lot of videos. I mean, I was kind of making videos already, but before I started making as frequently as I do now, I was still running enough that I was buying shoes like monthly. So I was like, I'm still buying a lot. Maybe not monthly, but close, you know. Let's see. Daniel M says the Stick brand massage stick is amazing. I think I need to test that out too. I know Seth loves his. I've seen him around. I've seen the nubby kind and then the smooth kind. I like this. I like the idea of the smooth one because it's like flexible and you can really get it in there. Like apply pressure to like the quad and then just rub it on. I kind of like that, but you know, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Someone had a question. Oh, BBO01 says, have you tried the Adidas Terex Agravic Flow? I was looking at, we talked about the Terex line like last week, I think, and I was looking at some more of the Terex. I think I'm going to pick up something Terex this year. But I'm going to wait to see. I mean, I guess when will I know how nasty of a winter it's going to be? But I think that's going to be more of like a winter pickup for me. So I'll get to one of the Terex shoes this year. There's a Terex shoe with light strike. So I think that's probably going to be it for me because that sounds like weird and interesting, kind of like the Brooks Catamount. But so we'll see. We'll see. Stevie76 wants to know, just got out of a meeting. Was Kofuzi voted the next governor of Iowa? No, I wasn't. Kim Reynolds is still I don't think she was up for re-election this time, but everyone thinks, well, by everyone, I mean the only Iowans that I talk politics with, which is my mother-in-law and father-in-law. They think that Kim Reynolds is eyeing the China ambassadorship if Trump gets reelected, because Terry Branstad used to be the governor of Iowa, and when Trump got elected, he became the U.S. ambassador to China. And then I think, he was like, I guess the argument is because of the big trade that happens from the agricultural perspective, both in corn and soy, that he was the right person for the job. And I think he came back. He resigned from his position to basically to campaign. He's not running for anything, but I think his son is running for something. And then he was also just generally helping out the Republicans here. So now there isn't currently a ambassador to China. And so everyone, my mother-in-law and father-in-law think, and I think they're right, that Kim Reynolds just kind of wants the ambassadorship. Because the alternative to that would be that she'd have to fix this COVID mess that she's created. So, if I were her, I'd want to get out of town too. D Rip says, have you ever reviewed Reebok kicks or plan on it? Yes, I have. And I've been running in them. I think I ran in them late last week a couple times. The Reebok Float Ride Grow is the only Reebok that I've ever reviewed. I did an initial video of it, and now I'm 20 miles into them. So not a ton of miles in them. Maybe less than 20 miles even. 3 runs on them so far. But I think that that material, that float ride material, or what is it called? No, it's not. It's the Reebok Forever Float Ride Grow. I don't know. Whatever that material midsole that they have, I really like it. And I hope that that Adidas starts using some of it. I'd rather see Adidas use that material that the Reebok midsole, that the Reebok Float Ride series has. They should go with that instead of Pulse Boost or the Boost HD, because it's lighter than Boost HD, and I like it more than Boost HD. And I don't know. I don't know if it's cheaper or more expensive or what, but I think that's what they should do. All right. Daniel M says, isn't the guy who died of COVID a few months back and just got elected from Iowa? No, that's North Dakota. So South Dakota and Iowa are contiguous states, which I only realized that 3 or 4 years ago. Again, I'm really bad with geography. But, that's the opposite side of the state than from where we are here. And then North Dakota is, obviously north of there. But, yeah, it's North Dakota. It's pretty wild though, isn't it? Daniel M says, if I were president, I would have let Kofuzi and my corn czar. I don't know. I think I'm pretty bad for corn. I guess I've been like vandalizing it on accident, if you want to say that. Yeah, Nazma Akhtar says, I am Bangladeshi. Awesome. He loves the Asics Meta Ride. Yeah, it's a good shoe. I can't run in it for very long. I wish I could because it's fun. It's very fun. Yeah, Martha says, is the stick thing like a rolling pin? If I have one of those, if that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about. Yeah. All right. David Litson says, your favorite running socks? Right now, my favorite ones are a pair that I have from Stance. They're a little bit thicker, so I didn't love them in the July and August, but in the fall they're great. I'm still wearing them now. Stance makes also winter socks as well, so they make taller ones, which are also good. But this one pair, it's like not no show, it's the low cut, but they're just really great, super comfortable. They do that thing where it hugs like the arch and like around the foot. I just really like that. Same thing with the Injinjis. The Injinjis do that too, and it's nice. So, yeah. So the Stance ones are my current favorite. All right, let's do a couple more, and then I gotta get going. Mr. Random says, I'm looking forward to my first run in a week after a small operation. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad the operation must be going well if you're about to go on your first run in a week. And awesome. That's great. That's very cool. All right. Let's see. Dennis Z says, any tips for Achilles tendonitis? The only time I ever run into Achilles pain has been twice. Once was during I had a little flare up of it during the training plan that I did with that Nike team, where it was a lot more speed work and fewer miles, so much more intensity, not as much mileage. And it was kind of like, I don't want to call it an overuse injury, but I was just ramping up more speed work than my legs could really handle. It went away on its own, but it's because that coincided with like some of the tapering of the speed work, and then we got into a little bit more mileage. And then there was the taper. So it like just easing off on it was what did it for me. I also used to have it quite a bit in high school and college. And I think that was just from I think it was from overuse because I was a jumper in high school and college. So high jump, long jump, and pole vault. And like later in the season, like my left Achilles would always just kind of start. Well, I think both of them would start getting tender. And for those situations, like just rest was really the only thing that I could do that help it. And then once that kind of went away, then I was fine again. So I don't know if that's Achilles tendonitis, what I had, but rest and kind of easing off of the intensity was the only thing that could really work for me. Mr. Random wants to know, did anyone pick up the Rocket X yet? Mine is en route. It's been shipped. So I'm hoping to get it soon. So we'll see. All right. Here's the last one that we'll do today. Oh, wait. Do this first. Mark Chankoko said Adidas sold Reebok recently. Is that true? I didn't know that. I thought they still own them. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I guess it would because they're very different, but it makes sense that they're still two brands. I don't know. I'll have to look at that more. And last thing for today, Mark Chankoko asked, are you going to review more Skechers? The Razor Elite seems like a fun one. I was going to review their Razor Elite, but I did the thing that I always say that I don't like to do. I watched Believe in the Run's review on it because I was thinking like I wasn't going to get, I was kind of like already on the fence, like I don't know that I want to get it. And so I was like, oh, maybe watch their video and see like what they say. And it didn't seem like there was like a bunch of carbon boost, like benefit to the Razor Elite. And so I was like, if it's just like a lighter version of the Razor, I suppose that's pretty interesting in and of itself. But I'm like, why isn't there just a Razor 4? Why are there all these different things that are everything but a Razor 4? And so I'm kind of confused, and I don't really know what Skechers is doing. Not that I've ever really been able to figure out what Skechers Performance is doing. They're confusing to me. I was thinking about getting the cloak version of the Speed 6 because I've never run in a Speed 6 before, and I just want to support the cloak, the zebra. So like I think it might be that, because I don't want to get another Razor. The Razor was okay, but like the Razor in a world where like the Hyperion Tempo exists is not that exciting to me. I'd much rather run in the Hyperion Tempo. Now I know that the Razor 3 is cheaper, but I just like the Hyperion Tempo a lot. So like maybe the Speed 6, maybe that Razor Elite. Like the orange color on that is just amazing. I think that the color work is just brilliant, and it just screams Thanksgiving to me. So I feel like, like if you're doing a turkey trot, that's the shoe you should be wearing. So I'm really intrigued by it, but I don't know. I'm not sure. The answer is maybe, probably, but I'm not sure. All right. I got to get going for a day, but I had a lot of fun talking with you guys today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. For everyone who's been like super anxious about all the election coverage, hopefully, I was able to take your mind off it for the most part for the last almost hour. So I think that's good. There's nothing, well, I suppose there are things that some people need to be doing right now. But for the most of us, there's not anything that we can do. So chill, I think, is what we all need. Relax. Think about the things that we can do stuff about. Let go of the things that we can't do stuff about, Well, it'll get sorted in the next couple of days. So we'll get there. But thanks, everyone, for helping me take my mind off of it for the last hour, too, because I definitely needed it. Tomorrow's video is going to be about that Fresh Foam More Trail. So keep an eye out for that. And then tomorrow's Thursday. So happy hour. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. 3 p.m. Central Time, same place, same time. In the meantime, stay safe out there, everybody. Thanks.